the counter you're gonna see is just a Lincoln sphere, right? It'll be like BKB Lincolns on Enigma. It takes a lot longer to get there, obviously. So maybe he doesn't go for the Wraith Pact this game. He just goes like Blink BKB Lincolns. But
Mhm.
yeah, it like you said, it's still a pretty easy counter for a hero like the Rubik to deal with. They go and pick up the Witch Doctor. So that changes things.
Yeah.
That means we're not running
Um,
a support Enigma or a support Wind Ranger. I said Gunner was playing Enigma earlier. I don't know if he would
mhm.
actually run it in the mid lane, especially if it's like a mid Viper. But this to me, Viper feels like it's going to be Mariano's hero. We're going to see most likely Lumiere on the Chaos Knight.
Maybe which all right, hear me out. Witch Doctor mid lane?
You know, I did this recently.
Did it work?
No, I dominated my lane. I dominated my lane, but then I
Mm.
rotated once and just instantly died because this hero is incredibly slow and doesn't have a ton of cast range.
Did you have the Capri Sun and gun set equipped?
I did, yeah. Instantly
Are you
just destroyed one person.
yeah, yeah.
But then, you know,
Excuse me.
what can you do? Coddle, though, picked up for Infinity. So do you think this is going to be the classic support Coddle, or we might be seeing this mid here for PP?
I'm thinking this one's probably gonna be run in the mid lane. Keep it like a lot more common is position 4. You already have a Rubik on your side, so mid lane is what I think. You really want more physical damage for this lineup right now. You're relying a lot on the CK to carry you as this game goes later at the moment. I'm not crazy about that. So we'll see how they round this one out. They probably need. I don't know. They've got no amazing way at starting team fight for their current draft is one of my issues. So maybe the skip of the light is fourth play position 5 or 4, and you run the Rubik 5, and then you pick up a Spirit Hero as your last pick. Now seem to be the most worried about offlane heroes. So
Yeah. I was going to say, they're
they're
banning
thinking
offlane
maybe
here. I think they're
five Viper,
thinking
four
mid
Rubik.
Viper, safe lane Chaos Knight. I think that's what they're anticipating. It's definitely going to be Lumiere's Chaos Knight. I can't imagine it's
Yeah,
not. So
yeah.
it might
They
be a
need
mid
something they can
Viper
start
instead.
fights. Yeah, they need something they can start fights a little
Oh,
bit easier.
it's
Hmm?
Gunner mid DK is probably what it is. It's
That's
probably
boring.
Gunner's mid DK is what is likely the case, and then we're gonna see like offlane Wind Ranger, and we're gonna see a safe lane. Yeah, so that's gonna be Costa Belay's Razor,
Probably.
most likely. Yeah, it's a really
Yeah.
strong. I mean, Razor in the mid lane against Viper is not bad.
Mm. I mean, we've seen them just like completely throw us in for a loop a couple of times before when we're like so certain that we had their drafts figured out. I'm sure their opponents are even more baffled because they have to play against all of a sudden.
Yeah, like when they
They're like,
24 picked the Crystal Maiden, and then Gunner
and
picked
ran
it,
it
and we're
mid.
like, huh, okay, I see.
Yeah. Uh, is Now's logo kind of squished?
No, it always looks like that.
It looks kind of
I
squished.
mean, it's definitely like squished a little bit, but I mean that's how it always looks in the Dota client.
Is it always been like? Because that is definitely not what their logo actually looks like.
The
It's not
NOUNS.
supposed. Yeah, it is like way too clumped together. Can
Yeah,
the viewers see it right now?
yeah. No, they can't.
Okay, they've got like different assets than us, right?
Mhm.
All right, I'm
They're
off
looking at our
topic.
faces, you know. They're looking at our faces.
Yeah, so they're in for a treat.
Yeah.
All right, last pick coming up for Infinity. What do you think it's going to be? Again, I was thinking probably 5 Viper.
That's the thing. Both teams have pretty flexible lanes in terms of what they could do, and
Mhm.
and I think Infinity they need some team fight hero here, some
They need something
way.
that can start team fights for
Yeah,
them, or like get on top of heroes. They really need a spirit hero, in my opinion. I would just go for an Ember Void Spirit here, but I'm not sure Ember Spirit or Void Spirit deals too well with like the Dragon Knight or the Enigma for that matter. So
yeah.
I really don't think there's any perfect solution for them here to round out their draft. At least I can't think of what it might be.
I mean, the
Uh,
Mars and the Timbersaw are actually really smart bands. They're great at starting fights or
I
just kind of going in
don't
and
think.
dangling, but
Yeah, I think they're great at that, but I'm not crazy about the Timbersaw ban. I don't think that Infinity would have gone forward here.
it's not bad in the Razor lane if it is a safe lane Razor. You just Timber staying away. But
Yeah, but it's not like amazing against the Razor in the way
yeah,
of like being able to zone the Razor out of lane because Razor just walks away from you. They go for the Sand King's hit, so that's something that can start team fights a little bit easier. It's not a spirit hero, but No, it is an off lane. It's going to be BB playing Keeper Light in the mid lane. We are correct about that one.
Yeah.
So it is 5 Viper, Lemire 1 Chaos Knight, and Genic on the Rubik.
And
And
Gunner
Gunner
DK.
will be playing the DK. You were
Yeah.
absolutely correct about that
And
one.
that's a Moo Enigma. So it is going to be the 3-position Enigma. And I think this makes sense. Like,
Mhm.
we're seeing these heroes, like, you can't really afford to run, like, you definitely can't run the Witch Doctor core. Wind Ranger core seems unnecessary, and I think Enigma just does more with the farm. Especially when we were talking about this game, like he needs a BKB, a Lincoln's to be able to deal with this Rubik. And now as a core Enigma, it's a lot easier to get there.
Yep. Yeah, it is a lot easier to get to that blink tag and other items fast. Do you think you still go for the Wraith Pact totem when you're playing this core Enigma, or do you think he focuses on like Lincoln Seer BKB?
I think he goes Lincoln's BKB. I think you leave it to Z Freak on the Wind Ranger. Because Z
Yeah.
Freak always likes to find farm. Like he's like one of the 4 positions specifically who always manages to find farms.
Mm-hmm. But wouldn't he rather carry from the 4 position?
Hmm. I mean, like
You don't
last
do that
game?
if you're going for the Wraith Pact totem. Yeah, exactly. Exactly like last game. I don't know. I'm kind of hyped to see what Mariano's gonna be able to pull up in the Sand King this game. I do like that draft better than the previous game. I think that playing the Enigma into the Rubik is a little bit difficult. I'd much rather honestly see the Enigma play like position 5 when you're playing against the Rubik. But they bumped it up to 3, so you have an impact. You need to have a very high impact against somebody who counters you, which I'm not crazy about, but we'll see if Naz can pull this one off. Moose just gonna go with the same starting items that he saw Z-Freak go last game. Go for this Ring of Basilius. Makes sense if you've got 2 heroes in your lane that are gonna be spamming out a lot of spells, and no. Z-Freak wants to be probably clicking people down with like wind run trades and power shots regularly throughout the laning phase.
He did it
He
again.
did the same. Yeah,
Yeah.
he did the same thing he did last time.
You saw it, right? He buys the boots, wind runs out, sells the boots at the side shop because you have that 30-second window to sell, and allows you to get this really early ward. I think they still scouted him, though. They definitely saw the ward get placed by Lumiere, but I can't tell if Lumiere saw Z-Freak or not. Okay, they
I
definitely saw
think they
Z-Freak.
know. They know. They definitely know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look at that. Boots for what? 500 IQ play for what? Absolutely nothing. Let me tell you.
It's because he wasn't the keeper of the light, and he wasn't smoked.
Yep. Look, they're gonna deny their own observer ward now. They don't want to give up that XP or gold. Lumiere.
He's
Come
just
on, do
gonna
it, Lumiere.
he's gonna leave it there for info, and then deny it.
Well, dude, just get rid of it. He's not leaving it for info. Come on now. Like even PP's laughing at you, man. Embarrassing.
Oh, unlucky. All right. It's a lot of damage coming through from that Razor, but Gunner still managed to get the rune. It's going to be 3 for the side of Nouns, but you did lose that ward top, so it's a little bit rough. They actually just smokes immediately on Husky. He's going to go take their ward. Oh my god.
By the way, shout out to our boy Storm Soldat for doing socials for the playoffs.
Oh.
Absolutely love that guy.
Big fan of Diego here.
Yeah. Team name's gonna be input correctly now instead of Team 9.
Yeah, him and I go way back, actually.
Really?
Yeah. We both played Collegiate Dota.
Mm-hmm. Both very handsome individuals.
This is known.
We on the same team, or
No.
rivals?
He was part of Rutgers.
Yeah,
And then he,
massive tension between the two of you, right?
No, not really. His team was always better.
It wasn't even a contest. We were like kind of bad, actually. His team was good.
We were
I don't
good
even
one
think
year.
He knew my name.
We were good 1 year, and then when that year passed, it's there was nothing left. Bottom lane Genic, ooh, unlucky there on the coconut bounce for him as he just takes a ton of damage. The static plasma field rather doing a pretty good chunk of damage. He's got the fairy fire though. He's just baiting it. Husky forcing him to use it.
Yeah, I mean he would have held on to it if he could there, but clicked down by on this Witch Doctor. Is he gonna hit him? The bounce is unlucky.
It's
Didn't
still
go back
a lot
on
of
Mariano.
damage.
It is. We talked about this in 7.31C. They ended up upping the damage on this thing from 7 a second to 12 a second, level 1, which is pretty significant, man.
Yeah. Pretty much negated the entire regen from his Tango.
Yeah. Before you wouldn't take damn Moo. Top lane.
Moo is dead. That is the position 5 Viper with a CK. Meanwhile, Z-Freak, he was off Planting sentries? He actually didn't manage to
Look,
find theirs either.
Z-Freak's just trying to tell him, man. Moo's got to learn. Mama's leaving the nest someday. He's got to be able to take care of himself. Yeah. It's the classic, you know, you go in ward, you say, be careful, I'm warding, and then they're not careful, and then they die.
Yeah, that wouldn't be me. I've never done that before.
Mm. I get flashbacks to Tsunami's video, be the better support, whenever I think about that. Have you ever watched that one?
Probably.
Excellent piece of content.
I've watched most of Tsunami's videos. They're quite funny.
Excellent piece of content. Maybe gonna move over to the river and grab the water rune after he shoves the lane in. He's gonna clear out the enemy team's small camp, probably. Alright, never mind. Gunner's gonna clean this one up. Unfortunate. All PP did was soften it up for him.
That's nice of
What
him.
can you do?
Like the mama bird? Is that another reference you're going for?
Yeah, he's chewing up Gunner's food for him.
Yeah.
There's an image for all the viewers right now. Now Gunner's gonna pull. What's he doing here? Oh, he's stopping the wave from going into the tower. That's what he was doing there. And he pulls it back over here, and he's gonna be able to deny a couple more creeps because of it. Gunner's actually doing pretty awesome in this lane.
Yeah. I mean, he has 10 denies.
No,
on the
he's
DK.
dead.
Ooh. How did he get all over? How did he get here?
How did he get here? He got ran down by the Witch Doctor and the Razor. He does not have as much movement speed as them, even though we now has his Windlays and Boots of speed.
A second death top on Moo. Lumiere, though, might fall as well. He's got the Eidolons, pops the stick. Another round of auto attacks, not going to be enough. 35 HP, just enough to survive. Meanwhile, Z-Freak, 5 stacks of poison attack. And I mean, they're doing great here in this safe lane. The question is, will Viper make it out? It looks like he will.
Yeah. Oh, Viper's walking back.
I almost feel bad.
Is he sitting on a stop right now? Or is it just he's got absolutely nothing to work with? All right. Oh, it's fine. He's in position 5. It does suck that he's not able to do anything on the map at the moment. But you know, PP has so much movement speed that I don't think it matters. Gunner's not going to be able to grab the water runes, not be able to spam on his abilities. And now Viper's making the slow walk all the way back to base. Okay, so he's going to be relevant on the map again. It is kind of annoying when you don't have the money to be able to send yourself out stuff, and you don't feel that useful for like a very lengthy period of time. So his TP is going to be on cooldown when he comes back to one of these lanes, and it's unlikely that they're going to be able to set anything up on Infinity for like the 6-minute mark where you know Coddle hits his level 6 and he's able to move around the map and find a kill reasonably quickly.
I mean, he said Gunner has his level 6, and he is. I mean, he's very farmed. 39 and 14. He's going to go and pop that dragon form, start chipping away at this mid tower, but because of Coddle, it makes it very difficult. They go for the double bracer build, so tons of regen to work with. Meanwhile, bottom lane, they're looking for Mariano again in the trees. They do get the Maledict off, but he's going to go ahead and burrow strike his way across the tree line there, and he'll be fine.
Yeah, too far underneath the tower. It wasn't even ever able to get that static link off because he kept losing vision of him. If he had got the paralyzing cast, wouldn't be able to find something, but unlucky.
Oh my gosh,
Top
Lumiere
lane,
is taking so much damage from these Eidolons and has to jump away here. Meanwhile, Z-Freak taking up these poison attacks from the Viper as well. Malphus does come through. They've actually rotated the Witch Doctor up here. There's going to be the Coconut bouncing back and forth. They will be able to finish off that Viper, so their first kill here in this top lane for the side of Nouns.
Yeah, nice find. I don't think you'll be able to get anything more than that the top lane though. So immediately they leave. Husky drops an observer and a sentry over on the enemies here, but I'm sorry. There's a Z-Freak. Get dewarded over here, and Lumiere. They're not gonna be able to catch him. They can't run him down underneath the tower.
I really like what Mariano's doing right now. He knows he doesn't want to be anywhere near the Razor, so he's just going to do the classic lane pull. I'm surprised he doesn't actually combine this with the next wave as well, but I'll just settle for the one. Meanwhile, top lane, Z-Freak getting pretty low. Nice Maledict out from Husky, but he doesn't have the Coconut to help, and PP's rotation here should be able to help finish off Z-Freak, and only a matter of time before he runs him down.
Okay, so the Viper went in as close as he could to the Wind Ranger as he did that, so he wasn't able to pop the Wind Run and then dodge the third Viper strike off onto him there. A very small, neat play that he did.
I like it. Meanwhile,
Yeah.
Gunner in the mid lane. Dude, Gennic's only level... Okay, I was say he's only level 2, but he just hits level 3 here on the Rubik. That is pretty rough. Meanwhile, top lane, they find the Viper again, and yeah, that Maledict will make quick work of him, especially with those Eidolons, so he's going to fall. Lumiere does need to be careful, though. I mean, these things do a lot of damage.
Yeah. Gunner's getting chip damage in over the mid-tier 1 while all this is going on up in the top lane. Rubik wants to hang around to be able to give himself a little bit of XP, but he's got to be careful he doesn't go too far forward. As, you know, you've got the shackle shot from Z-Freak after you land that initial dragon tail, so...
Yeah. And he has the 4 points in Dragon's Blood, so he doesn't mind taking this chip damage. He just needs to be careful of the extra heroes that rotate in, which, you know, we see the Viper here. He is only level 4, though, so no Viper Strike, obviously, online, and Gunner can just walk away.
He's got 3 stacks of the poison attack, so he's a little bit slow right now. If he actually TP's up in the top and realizes the Dragon Knight's not going to be shoving mid for a little while, the other Dragon Forms don't cool down for another 50 seconds, so let's deal with this push instead.
They might go for a dive here. Costa Bile, he does find PP hiding in the corner, and Husky is here as well. They just go ahead and drop the Maledict on him. Husky gonna die to the tower, but Costa Bile gets the big kill here, and that's gonna be onto the Keeper of the Light. The question is, Mariano turning around with a big epicenter here behind the tower, but they've got the detection. The dust is there. Costa Bile able to get out for the moment, but he's going to turn his attention over to Lumiere, as the Chaos Knight will be able to clean it up. Ends up being a pretty successful trade here for Infinity.
Yeah. Pretty greedy for them to go for that one. I mean, they see the Keeper Light behind the tower. They know that he was just mid. He, you know, teleported up behind that one, but he's a... Well, it's like too good to be true. You go for that kill because you think it's free. He's behind the tower. You can just run him down when he can't run away from you. And of course, you get turned around pretty quickly on the Sand King.
Yeah.
I don't think the Keeper Light would have gotten away, but he did kind of body block the Sand King from being able to burrow strike him a little bit faster. He didn't have a ton of range on this burrow strike because it's still level 1.
The mid tower finally does go down. It gets denied by the Coddle, so pretty nice play. Top lane, though, TP out from Chaos Knight gets stunned up, and he might take down to this. Dude, this Coconut is doing so much work, stunning up Lumiere as well as the Viper on the backside. That Maledict, Lumiere's gone. Husky ends up paying for it, so a 1-for-1 trade, but a power shot from Z-Freak finishes off the Viper. Shackle comes out as well as they find Rubik. Gennic here unable to escape as that Malefice just continuously stunning him up, and another kill goes the way of Gunner's Dragon Knight. Now Mariano underneath the tower, Burrow Strike does hold the Dragon Knight in place, but he is tanky. Able to close the gap here with the Razor as well. The Eye of the Storm already going as they're now turning the attention over to the Keeper of the Light. He's going to do what he can, but the Shackle comes through once again. And it is just a massacre in this top lane. This time going the favor of Nouns. And they're going to look for the Viper. He TP'd up here, wanted to help, but they got the stuns, they got the control. A double kill for Costa Bile, and now a tower to boot. Nouns turning it on.
And he did help. He helped Nouns by TPing up there.
Ends up being 5 deaths. It was literally a 5-for-1 and a tower.
Yeah, it looked like more than that to me. Maybe it wasn't all included in that T5. It might be crazy. Sick play there by Gunner. When the second Illuminate was coming out onto him, he saved his Dragon Tail for after the Blinding Light came off onto him. So we interrupted any potential like early wave coming out from this Illuminate off onto the DK. He wasn't able to finish him off because of that one. He easily would have died to the Magic Damage if he didn't save his Dragon Tail for the right time there.
Looking for Mariano again top. He's pump faking that epicenter just so he gets the time to get away, and it works. Meanwhile, mid lane, Gennic, he's dead. Dude, this Witch Doctor is doing work this game. Husky is 4-2-4.
Yep. Doctor's in, baby.
This is, again, my favorite Witch Doctor set. It is gorgeous.
Not the Capri Sun.
This one is so good.
I like the Capri Sun one more. If it made it into the game, anyways. I've been waiting years for it.
Yeah, I don't know if it's going to come, Neph. I'll be honest.
The Valve's so fake, man. Team Fortress Valve would have done it.
Okay. Well, Mariano top lane gets the Burrow Strike off. Maledict comes out with the power shot and decides not to commit the epicenter. Probably a good idea. Nouns are starting to pull away, man. A 3,000 gold lead all of a sudden.
3K net worth up. I did like the lineup this game from Infinity more than the previous one, but I don't think Mario, like, once you get a blink tag on the Sand King, I think things turn around a little bit, but you are pretty far behind here at only 12 minutes in the game. So they're probably going to be making a couple plays, another 150 gold. We'll see, though. It would be a lot of heroes down the bottom. The Sand King even coming down here, so
They need to get a
potentially going to
tower.
look to set something up. Yeah, this bottom tier 1. But Mariano's cleaning up this ancient stack first.
I just smoked under a ward here in the mid lane. So do know that this rotation's coming bot, and it's going to force Infinity out completely. They don't want to risk fighting into them, even though they have the high ground vision. They are too afraid of this Razor Dragon Knight combo.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, roughly so. You got the Blink Dragon Tail, right? The stun is just so strong.
Yeah. Easy to set up other things on top of it as well. Coconut coming out afterwards. Shackle Shot coming out afterwards.
Oh,
Going.
there it is.
Yep, Blink Tag completed on Sand King right now.
Stolen Death Ward. Not bad.
So we thought about going in there, Mariano. He had just completed his Blink Tag when he initiated it on the Viper there, but that is a position 5 Viper. It's not worth taking a bad team fight for. They make the decision to back off.
Yeah, they had already committed like Eye of the Storm and Dragon form, right? So not really super worth. But now they're gonna go ahead and try and catch Costa Belay here for the Dragon Tail from Gunner. It's gonna be enough to stop Mariano and push him back. So Costa Belay will be able to fight another day. And they lose the tower anyway. Moo grabs it with the Eidolons. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Those things do a lot of damage. I believe they were changed to piercing types as well, but they didn't have their damage numbers reduced, so they do a lot more to buildings.
Stolen Death Ward there getting put to good use. They managed to finish off Costa Belay. This time the Coconut bouncing back and forth between them. Gennik's going to throw it right back in their face, but does get caught by the Malefice anyway. One more auto attack there from Moo will be enough to finish him off. And Mariano and PP, they do need to be careful. They get the D Ward. And with that, I think Mariano wants to leave.
Yeah,
They did
he's
see
already
him,
out. Dude, he might go down here. He's got a... Huh?
Wait, Dust does damage. How did he...
Yeah. It must have been the moment that he clicked. It only does damage to units that are invisible. So it must have been the moment that he clicked on the creep and he was visible at the time.
Oh, and he wasn't invisible at the time? Okay.
Yeah. I can pull up the combat log, actually.
No, I mean,
Let's
that's
go
exactly
combat
what
log.
would have had to happen. There's no other explanation. Top lane, Lumire's got his eyes set on Moo here. Might be able to find him. He's going to chop through the tree, but a quick blink from Moo. He's out.
Yeah, that is exactly what happened. He loses the invisible buff, he receives the Dust of Appearance, and then he receives the invisible buff again. So, under normal circumstances, you know, his odds of getting out of there were pretty low, but it is hard to time that dust the moment that the Mariano is going to show himself.
They do have a high ground ward here, and they're going to just commit for Z-Freak here on the Wind Ranger, and not a bad start. They managed to stun at the Dragon Knight as well. He gets the stun onto the CK. They're stuck inside this Fireball as well, and kind of just splits the fight in half immediately. They buy back here on Z-Freak. Not ideal, but a good pick off from Infinity.
Yeah, I mean, Z-Freak isn't a super important kill, but this does slow down his game. This man only has a bottle and Tranquil Boots right now. Still pretty far away from his Egg Item Shard, and that buyback definitely slowed him down.
Husky found. Goes in. Oh, beautiful shackles. Dragon Tail onto 2 as well. The regen just sitting there. Gunner wants to grab it, but he's got to go wait for this Viper poison to go away. He's going to get baited.
That would have been a great time to jump forward into a black hole, but the Nether Toxin between Moo and those two heroes would have prevented him being able to blink in and drop it on them.
Yeah. All right.
Well,
pretty even game, though. 14-10, only a 1K gold lead for Nouns. We're going to see PP now at the top of the net worth, and the Spirit Vessel's already doing a lot of work in these engagements.
Yeah. Whether it be for, you know, disabling Blade Daggers or, you know, reducing hero regen. Pretty important for both those things this game. I mean, just a ton of damage to begin with.
Yeah, it's going to say, it does a lot of damage too, right?
Yeah. Gunner, is he just gonna TP out from here?
He might fireball
might-
one more wave.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to. Probably the fireball and the breathe fire.
Yep. And
Yeah, then
always
blink
finishes
out.
off the wave. It's really good. It's what makes Dragon Knight a pretty strong pick right now ever since the buff to fireball. They got nerfed 5 damage. They're actually going to find Coast to Belay here, just farming it very low HP.
Was that a carry hero? It didn't. He went down too fast for what feels like a carry hero.
I mean, any hero is going to go down fast if you have like 500 HP.
Yeah, it is true. 100 to 0, very fast there though. Infinity, they're looking to set up on his mid tower finally, but it is so hard. Against his DK, against his Enigma, actually like shove these lanes in, man.
Yeah.
This just gives him so much control over the map on the side of nouns.
Husky sees Lumiere. Coconut comes out, the Dragon Tail, the Maledict, the Death Ward. They just drop everything onto him. And it makes sense. They're just going to walk away now. He's going to take out to that Maledict.
Wow. I like the attempt to turn that one back around, but he's disabled way too long. Maledict finishing him off pretty handily. And far away from this BKB still. Needs another 2,700 gold before that one's completed. So I don't think they're able to take fights until that's done. It's too difficult. Even after that, I mean, you're about to fight into Enigma, who's got the Blink Dagger and is working on his Wraith Pact. We're discussing at the beginning of the game which one he'd be going for.
Yeah, that's what I was going to bring up, is I thought he might go for that BKB Lincolns just to be able to, keep Black Hole going. But Wraith Pact, just, I guess, too good of an item to pass up. So they're instead just going to play kind of like that snowball-y game like they did last time. And
yeah. I mean, it kind of makes sense. That way he's able to contribute a lot to his team fights without relying too much on his Black Hole, which, Rubik could just still play around and steal. Like, it doesn't make a lot of sense to be playing this on a position 3 if you're not going to be, like, dropping your Black Hole on people. But you stop things from going horribly wrong if you're not relying on your Black Hole to win a team fight. Instead, you go for the safer option of a Wraith Pact Totem.
Scanning for enemies.
In the triangle, I mean, it kind of looks like these teams want to set up around Roshan. They're both playing near the pit at the moment, but neither team is great at taking it, unfortunately.
yeah, that is true. You, like, Eye of the Storms and stuff doesn't work on Roshan. You don't have a ton of Rosh damage otherwise. So outside of, like, I think Infinity's lineup isn't bad, because you can definitely just Sandstorm inside and then drop, like, Phantasm, and Chaos Knight will clean it up pretty quickly, but yeah, it's still not great. Well, both teams just kind of continuing to farm it up here. It's 20 minutes into the game, a lot slower than what we saw last time, but last game was just Nouns playing an incredibly high tempo lineup. Oh, they're going to find Costabilia in the top lane. There's the Epicenter, the lift into the Dagon as well. So he's gone. Ooh, now going to try and turn around, find the kill here onto the Sand King. Potentially his Gunner's looking for more, going into the trees. Will he find Genic? He will not, so Mariano should tick out here. One more Maledict pulse. That'll be enough.
He stops moving at the end there. He had finally given up, but still very worth it for them getting these kills off onto Costabilia. I mean, man isn't having a good game. Just died like twice in a row. He's being slowed down like crazy.
Yeah.
Fourth in net worth.
Middle tower is under attack.
All right, Wraith Pact done. Moog queuing up that BKB. And with Gunner up here at the tower as well, they're going to have to be forced to use that fortification. They'll counter their own fort. Will it keep the catapult alive, though? It does. Wow, okay. That's big.
Yeah. I'm looking to take the tier 2 off this, but TPing it on the keeper alive, this means that they want to set up and take this fight. Lumiere is still not at his Blink Dagger, though. It might just be showing up to leave again on PP. We'll see. Tower is taking a lot of damage, like you mentioned.
It's going to go
And
down.
it's such an awkward
Gunner,
timing.
the Tumbler toy gets onto the Keeper of the Light. They get pulled right back with a huge Gale Force as well. No way to save the Keeper of the Light there. And now Costabilia just going to chase down the Viper with his own BKB. They get themselves 2 kills right outside the enemy base. I don't think you can go high ground, though.
No, you can't. I mean, you still have Black Hole to fall back on, but you're fighting into the Sand King's issues. We're going to have Epicenter up in a couple of seconds, and BKB's now on cooldown on the Razor.
Dude, getting Dragon Tailed into a Gale Force is ridiculous. There's the dust. They've caught the Sand King. Gale Force to pull him back. And again, no one really close enough to help him. They're going to try, though. Lumiere goes in. He gets a stun onto Costa Bile. They turn it around. They get themselves two. Genic finished off Moo with the Death Ward.
Gunner's thinking about going. I mean, he popped out a Dragon form like he was going to go back in on that one. But then he immediately turns around and leaves. So Mariano goes pretty far forward there. I thought that was a massive blunder by him at first, but they managed to turn that into 2 kills. Super well played there by Infinity.
Yeah, Stolen Death Ward did a lot of damage in that fight. Almost 2,000.
And be careful about that against the Rubik. The man's got both an Aether Lance and a Keen Optic on top of his Arcane Supremacy. So he can drop this pretty deep into the fight without being punished for it. It is a very big steal on Rubik. The proper way to counter this one out is just to always make sure that you toggle your Voodoo Restoration on and off after you drop the ward.
Yeah.
As it doesn't interrupt your spells.
Really early gem pickup here from Nouns.
Yeah, I mean, I guess they feel like they have map control, and that the biggest issue for them in these team fights is just Infinity having a vision advantage. So they want to be able to clear things out as quickly as possible, not miss a thing. Because that's what they want on the side of Infinity, right? To be able to get these favorable initiations with the Sand King.
Yeah.
So ruining their vision game is definitely the play for them, and already they're going to find Observer Ward.
Question is...
The question is if they want to break the smoke and go for this
Gunner will
Observer
take
Ward.
it. Yeah, he's already not smoked.
Yeah. Yeah. They're going to know there's like multiple heroes there if it's Gunner is one who cleans out the Observer Ward. So they're playing it fairly safe right now on Infinity.
Now they've got the high ground vision on their side. They will take the outpost as well, but the wraparound here from Infinity could be coming. And Moo, he's not the hero that you want to have go down first on the side of Nouns. So see what ends up happening here. They're just going to go and stomp this wave push top here from the Eidolons, it seems. Dragon Tail catches an illusion, not ideal. But yeah, all of Infinity hiding, waiting back for someone on Nouns to show, but they don't, so they can go ahead and turn their attention towards the mid lane instead. And his Eidolons actually did manage to stall at top wave a good amount too.
Yep. They have to deal with this. I mean, it is actually a good chunk of damage that this tower is taking. And, you know, you're not even at the tier 1 on the other side yet. In fact, I'm pretty sure they just lose this tower. They've got no Fortify available. Yeah, they are. They're making a beeline over there now. But Husky's on the other side of the hill with a Shadow Amulet. He's going to be able to scout them out and probably hit them with a Coconut on their way down the hill. This is actually going to be so sick.
Yeah, it really is. Oh, he does get the stun, though. He finds the Razor before the BKB comes out, and Cosplay will be able to use it now, but he's so low already. He has nothing left in the tank. Mariano will take out to this Maledict, of course.
Leave the Razor first. Okay, that was such a quick reaction there by Mariano, just to go for that stun the moment he saw him and not wait for it.
I mean, it was also just a really quick ward placement, right? Like, the smoke pops, and Genic instantly drops a ward on the high ground there. And that's what allows him to get the vision. So it was really, really, really good play from both players.
Yeah. And this is one of the weaknesses of the Witch Doctor, though. And that's why a lot of people don't like the hero. Like, the Paralyzing Cast does come out pretty slowly off onto people.
Yeah.
So the instant Burrow Strike versus like very slow Paralyzing Cast, even though you can see the Sand King coming, you weren't able to do anything about it. And most heroes with stuns would have been able to catch him out before it got to your teammate there.
Yeah, and they'll take Roche for this one. Costa Bile is dead. Hey, just going to go the way of Lumiere CK here. The question is, Neph, I was asking you earlier, who do you think has the late game? Because you always have Enigma to fall back onto, but you're against a Rubik.
I would probably say, you know, Nouns probably has the late game. I wanted to say Infinity, but I think the CK isn't having a good enough game, and he really needs to be carrying as the game goes on. Like, yes, he's at the top of the net worth, but he's not winning hard enough, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I can understand that. Shackle finds the Viper for fun. They do get the D ward, though. The rest of Down's going to be forced to push back. Gunner is going for the Aghanim Scepter now after his BKB Blink, so that will give him the Black Dragon since he is already level 18. It's so strong, man. The Black Dragon is ridiculous.
Yeah, it is.
It's 60% move slow, isn't it? Yeah,
Something
60%
like that.
movement speed slow. It is ridiculous.
Yeah, on top of the free pathing, it is pretty sick. Are they gonna place a ward up here?
Oh, they are looking for
They
Gunner,
got
and they
him.
will get him. Yep. He pops the BKB and the Dragon
And-
Form, thinking he's gonna get out of here. No chance, right?
I think he was hoping that if he pops the BKB and he stuns Mariano, his Blink Dagger will be up.
Z-Freak bottom lane trying to commit for the tier 2 tower as the rest of the team comes through. They get the stun onto the Razor. Husky is nearby. They drop the Gale Force to push them away. He's going to be able to BKB and run. Lumiere looking for more into the trees, but he will not find the Witch Doctor.
Yep, so they force a lot of them back. They don't manage to find any kills there, but you do drop your BKBs. You even manage to find the win rate because you're so focused on this Razor, but BKB is down to 6 seconds right now and goes to Belay.
It does have the refresher at least, so.
Yeah. Well, your BKB is actually 12 seconds. My apologies.
Yeah.
Honestly, rookie moves by neph here.
Yeah, come
Not
on.
realizing this is a 12-second BKB and not a 6-second one. I want to find more here. They do still have Epicenter available. Looks like they're going to turn their eyes to the bottom tier 2. They probably wanted to place an observer ward behind this tower down the bottom lane. Somewhere like... Are you able to see my pings?
Nope.
Yeah, you can draw that. Probably somewhere like over here or here. To be able to scout the enemies if they're going for this one. But top lane, they do show themselves on multiple heroes. So PB's going to hide back in the trees. They just give up the bottom tower. Position 5 Viper.
Yeah.
And he made quick work of that with the Aghanim Shard.
Mid lane though, they get I almost said Z-Freak. Moo. Nice pick off there from Mariano. I mean, right now, it's tilting back. We're finally seeing a lead for the first time this game for Infinity. It's just slightly. They do have the big XP advantage, but gold in their favor and win probability almost even.
Yeah. It's only a matter of time before things turn back this way. I feel like you largely missed your timing. Things will swing back in your way eventually, but it is post-Aghanim Scepter for the Dragon Knight, I believe.
Yeah.
And once he's got that one done, you're going to see a huge boost in your team fight capabilities. Then the BKB being done on Enigma, but...
Can anyone stand their ground against Lumiere, though? That is the question. Like, the CK is so strong. He's almost got an Assault Cuirass, like...
Gunnar could 100% do it. Like, he drops Fireball and then Breathe Fire on the ground. Those illusions are just cleared and doing no damage.
Did he go the Breathe Fire damage reduction? Yeah, he did. Okay.
Yeah,
That's pretty
you
good.
always go for that. Almost always go for that. Unless the enemies like don't have heroes that hit you for damage.
Viper just stacking up that poison attack on the tower here.
He's going to see Lumiere.
They get the initiation. They do even commit the... they don't even bother with the Black Hole. They get the first life. And Black Hole is still available. The refresher from Cozy Blade is going to come through, and they're looking to stay on top of Lumiere, and there it is. Black Hole comes out finally, stolen by Genic. So can they turn around? They managed to hold down 2, but you still lose the Chaos Knight. In the exchange, though, Moo gonna take down here to that Spirit Vessel. They lose Mariano and Genic as well. So yes, the Rubik counter was there, but it wasn't enough. Yeah, it lost too much already.
Yeah, that Black Hole came out reasonably quickly after the Rubik interrupting that one. I think the Black Hole was only
Onto the high ground. He just charges after him. He's found the Keeper of the Light, and there it is. The pushback with the Gale Force. Coddle. Fast, but not fast enough.
Cleared out, and now these creeps are running down the middle. They have the catapult here as well. They're gonna be able to clear this up relatively quickly. They don't have Fortify available either. Focus firing this down just to do as much damage as possible, as quick as possible. No way to defend this one yet. And I don't think just the Viper and the Rubik are going to be enough, so they're going to be able to get the melee racks off of this one.
They really do not want to buy back the
taken
CK.
by downs. Yeah. It's pretty unfortunate. I mean, a lot of damage came out to him on the Razor, but after he lost that first life, he's basically set up for failure and dead. No matter like how quickly Genic ended up stealing that Black Hole and dropping it on them.
You still got the Razor with BKB, a 2 Eye of the Storm standing on top of him, right? Like, at the end of the day, like, even if you get the Stolen Black Hole like you're talking about, there's just so much damage taking him down.
Yeah. These are some of the timings that you're waiting for on Infinity.
Just
Just he's trying to deal with this. Yeah. Lumiere is going for this assault cross. I mean, that'll significantly reduce the damage coming up from the razor. It is largely physical that he's taking in these fights. But I think even this isn't enough. Like the amount of armor you need to negate what Razor's doing to you is insane.
Yeah. Suddenly a 6k gold lead. We can take a look at the graph. It's just completely turned around. You know, it was pretty much even, right? We were getting to the point where, you know, this was going to be anyone's game, but that fight really puts things back in favor here for Nouns. And we've got the shard being flown out here for Mu right now on the Enigma. So again, that 1000 AoE pull. Combine that with the Gale Force, it is incredibly strong.
Yeah. That was a really good point that you made in the previous game. It's like you can't stand your ground and hit anything while this is active, otherwise you get pulled to the black hole with these two things. And it's very clear that Nouns were testing this strategy.
It's 400 movement speed pull. Like it's actually you cannot outrun it. You have to BKB. Ooh, Blink Dragon Tail's gonna find Illusion. The turnaround here from Mariano. They managed to grab the Dragonite. A good way to start the fight. They find Husky on the backside as well, but Gunner's gonna get the BKB and just stand his ground, turning so much damage into him. Lumiere's BKB already spent, turns attention on over to Gunner. He's gonna fall. The BKB, the second one coming through here from Costa Bay, is gonna try and chase down the Chaos Knight. They will lose the Viper. But Costa Bay does need to be a little bit careful. They are gonna buy back on one. You do have Black Hole on cooldown for another 20 seconds. They will just disengage, settle for that kill here onto... Oh, maybe not. Viper, you're coming in pretty far. The death ward comes through as well. Mariano, though, gets the epicenter onto the Razor. 3 dead now on Nouns without buybacks. And they're going to find Husky as well, out of mana. They're going to lose the gem for this potentially as well. Move forced to BKB, TP home. He will make it, but again, Husky, not as much. That is a massive win here for Infinity.
Huge team fight there by them. There's no way they were able to continue to take that fight after they already expended the BKB and the refresher orb on the Razor. But for some reason, they tried to run at that Viper there. That allowed them to set up and find a couple of these kills. Like, Mariano did not commit his epicenter in the previous fight. He basically gave him that free kill on Razor for what? Finding the position 5, maybe? Definitely not worth him taking that risk there on Nouns.
And he was so close to Black Hole. He was 20 seconds off on that re-engage from the Razor. And now you've given the gem up over to the side of Infinity. So your map control that you did have is now gone. So you're going to have to invest into another gem or find a way to get it back.
Yeah, the one saving grace for them is that Roshan isn't going to be up for another minute and 40 seconds. So this means that they can't get it a lot more after winning that team fight. If it had been like a instant roach respawn, I would be super concerned about Nouns' ability to win this game. But, you know, thankfully, Gaben, our Lord and Savior, mitigates their losses a little bit. The lengthy roach respawn.
Gunner does have the Manta queued up, which I'm not sure if this has been fixed. I'm actually really curious. I think with Aghanim Scepter, there was a bug at some point when you would pop the Manta style that your dragons would not be Black Dragon form. They would only be level 3, even if you had the Ags. But I think it was like kind of fixed, and it just doesn't work with Ag's Blessing. I don't quite know. It's very strange.
It might have been fixed recently. They fixed a couple of things in 7.31c, including like the Fireball on... Sorry, Fire Shield on Ogre Magi.
Yeah. I'm going to guess if he's queued it up, he's tested this. 100%, I imagine he's tested this.
What is the logic behind going for this one again? Is to clear off like the Blinding Light and the stacks of Viper?
That, but I mean, now you just have 3 dragons that apply the same debuff. Like it's all of your dragons apply the debuff.
I remember that they apply the slow, right?
They apply the slow and the corrosive breath.
No, they kind of apply the corrosive breath. The corrosive breath from illusions doesn't work on towers. I remember testing that one. I thought it would be like a viable strategy just to go Manta on Dragonite and hit buildings. But it applies the corrosive breath debuff onto the tower, but it doesn't take damage per second, if that makes sense.
That, I'm sure, is not intended.
It's very strange.
Yeah. But either way, like having those illusions all be able to like splash attack and apply that debuff is pretty good at dealing with Chaos Knight, I think.
Yeah, for sure. Being able to slow down the illusions, help him be able to do anything is pretty crazy. Even the 60 attack speed slow on this thing. I completely forget that it slows your attack speed as well.
Dude, I mean, back in the day, I used to just go Ags Eye of Scotty on this hero because it's stacked. And you would just like
you lost games.
No. I did it specifically against Tinies, and they'd have 1 attack per like 5 seconds. It was very funny.
And they
That
gave
was-
their moonshot by going like I have Scotty plus
Plus
Shiva's
Black
guard,
Dragon, yeah, and they're just like, oh, I literally don't attack anymore. This is cool.
I remember a game ages back. I was watching Envy. He picked up a Craigie code on his tiny. He had an Echo Saber, but he couldn't get his first attack off.
Because
So
he
he
had
would
the
never land the
cracky
second one?
codes.
Yeah, he'd like swing his arm up for a good like 7-8 seconds, and he wouldn't ever be able to bring it down. There's a couple team fights where he was like trying to hit someone, but just couldn't.
Wait,
He
how is
needed
there,
the armor though.
how is there a dire Eidolon here? Am I crazy? What is
Where?
this? And it was in the Roche
Where?
pit.
I don't see it anymore.
It's gone now, but
Hmm.
literally how? How is there a dire Eidolon there? Oh, did Rubik steal it? Oh, he did. Okay.
Yeah.
I was like looking for a helm of the Dominator. I'm like, did someone buy a helm dom? Like the
Is
Harpy
Enchantress
meta's
in this
gone.
game?
Yeah, no,
Is Enchantress a Chen here? No,
Yeah,
it's
no, I
definitely
just
Rubik.
stole it on Rubik. Okay. The much more obvious answer.
Yeah. What can you do?
So the Roshan is up. Both teams know about it. Question is though, I mean, no one can go bottom on nouns. You can't really afford to send someone back.
Yeah. If you show anybody, then you know you just get owned to the team fights.
Yeah.
They run straight into you, or they go into Roche themselves. They keep on scouting out the Roche with these Eidolons on Rubik. I feel like what Gennik's doing here. You are eventually going to have to send somebody back on Infinity in order to deal with this push. And it does look like he's sending Keeper of the Light.
Yeah, and I think this is fine. 'Cause he doesn't have the shard, actually. I was going to say, Coddle can also always just recall someone back to the fight, whoever split pushing bottom, but... All right, so Gunnar does have the Manta. I need to find out if this applies the dot or not. Oh my god, are we starting a fight here? No, he gets the bro strike away. Okay.
We're starting a fight here.
It does apply the dot.
To what?
Like, to creeps and stuff. The Dragon Knight
Link to
illusions.
tower, though. Please go up the tower. Show us.
Damn it. Oh my god. Unlucky.
Let me show
Anyway,
you the
Chaos
tech.
Knight's illusions. Oh, that is a DD rune. And that is a dead Witch Doctor. Immediately, Gunnar will clean up the wards here as he just blinks in very aggressively. And he's just going to start scouting with these illusions once again. Try and
Dude,
find
look
the
at the
heroes on
bottom
the side
lane.
of Infinity. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Viper is just taking the tier 5 by himself. Gunner's like, all right, I'm tired of your shenanigans here,
It's
Viper.
too late. The damage is done. Your tower is gone. Viper will respawn, but your buildings won't.
What can you do? It's actually such a sick play by the Viper. Like, the shard, it is something that you cannot underestimate. It is a ton of building damage.
Yeah. That is a ton of building damage.
Did they get their gem back? Okay, no, they still have it. They just had to buy a new one.
Yeah.
Husky and Shambles.
When does the wealth start trickling back down to Husky?
Oh, that's the... Clearly, you've never studied economics. Oh, Mariano? They find him up on the high ground there. He gets dragon-tailed up. He's got the Aeon Disc to protect him, though. Moo is there as well. He's the Gale Force? He just can't get out? The Maledict might just finish him off, and I think it will. Costa Bile makes sure of it. And that's the gem. They've got their second gem back. Gunnar will pick it up. He's got the Manta style. Not bad. We still
They
need to
continue
find
to
out if
chase here.
this dot applies to tap. Oh, Dagon. Okay, thanks, PP. We're trying to do this for science, and you're making it hard.
You'll find out eventually.
All right, the buyback here on Infinity. They're looking to go in. Lumiere, does he get his sights on anyone? It's going to be the Dragon Knight's illusion that scouts somebody. Gets the Dragon Tail. He finds the CK, the black hole from Moo. Gennik does get the steal, but is it too late? You've lost one, you've lost two. They're just chasing him down. Gunnar trying to get on top of the roof, but there it is, the stolen black hole. Onto the Razor, onto that DK. Mariano trying to stand his ground, but he doesn't get it. The BKB from Costa Bile, he's out. Gunnar, Dragon Tail's up, cast out. He's going to be able to blink. Does he TP out? Oh my gosh, Gunnar with 100 HP will live. 3
The magic
buybacks
resist.
spent on Infinity.
Yeah, that Dagon should have done way more damage than it did. He had huge magic resist there from the other Dragon form, and is the only reason to survive.
People
It's only
forget.
25%.
Yeah, people forget.
Yeah. Oh my god, that is depressing. You buy back on 3 heroes to try to make that fight happen. I mean, it looked so good after Rubik managed to steal the black hole, but he didn't finish off either of the heroes inside the pit.
And he just drops the Midnight Pulse, and he can't be there anymore. That AoE
Yeah.
covers the entire Roshan.
Yeah.
Leveler, though. We're going to see these tier 4 items start to drop as it's a pretty big one for the CK. Attack speed goes a long way.
Yeah. It will allow them to clear out buildings quicker as well, but things aren't looking so good for them after that last team fight. I mean, if they go down on any of these cores, they just lose the game, man.
And Moo, I mean, he's got the money for a Lincoln Sphere here in just a moment. So he is going to be a lot more difficult to deal with, and there's nothing. You don't have any items or abilities that can pop that Lincolns in BKB. So.
Yeah. It has been a bit of a pain in the ass using these black holes in these team fights prior to then, but, you know, solution is coming online soon. These are so annoying to deal with. They're so tanky, man.
Not to a Dagon, but yes, otherwise, they are very tanky.
Oh, no. He'll go down now. He's got Burrow Strike. He dropped the Breathe Fire up on the hill, so he wasn't able to blink down. Sorry, the Fireball.
Gunner inside the pit, finds the Viper. I was gonna say, Viper, you need to be careful here, man. He's just taking a I think can he get out of this? The Gale Force plus the slows from the DK form, he's just dead.
He cannot.
Not a dieback with the managed to find comes maybe, but the Lincoln's able to save him. He turns around with the BKB, trying to maybe take this fight. Nice 2-hero shackle, but getting the black hole on the backside move. He's gonna respond, able to stun him up. No BKB to stop the Rubik. And now,
no follow-up either.
He's going to have to buy back into this game. Gunner with the Manta there to dodge out that stun. Nice timing. Mariano with the epicenter, but I mean, this DK is tanky. Able to keep himself alive for now.
Yep.
The lack of follow-up to a 3-hero black hole, man. You hate to see it.
Yeah, this means for the next little while, Moog is free to just drop his black hole regardless of whether or not he finishes up his Lincoln Sphere.
Yeah, because cooldown.
It's going to be on
even
cooldown.
Even if you re-steal it, it'll be on cooldown.
Very unfortunate. Man's gonna have his work cut out for him. He does have the Lincoln Spear completed, by the way, so there's very little just stopping them to be able to walk into the Roshan, clear this one out. You don't want to get caught out by like Burrow Strike on several heroes and getting like spammed with these illuminates. But I'm pretty sure they just go into the pit, man.
I mean, they're going too soon, I imagine, right? Like, they're just waiting for some cooldowns, I think. Yeah, they've got their dragon forms up. Maybe they wait for Coast Abilities 25, the extra attack speed. It's a big one. That's a really good talent.
Yeah.
They just smoke up anyway. They want to go see what they can find. They head over onto the high ground. Gunner scouting it out with the dragon form.
Yeah, but I mean, you don't walk in every hero on the enemy team if you go too far over this direction. So again, the goal here is to try to find a hero around the pit, set up a vision around Roche, and then go to the pit, try to clear this one out yourself.
Timeless Relic drop. That is pretty big for the Coddle. He'll most likely be the one to take that one. A lot of spell damage. Into the Roche pit they go. An illusion. Gunner says thank you. More dragons. He's going to send one top. All right. We will finally maybe be able to see how much damage it does. Oh, bottom lane, though. You're going to lose a lane of barracks for this. They're going to go ahead and fort for the moment, but Roshan, it's still at half HP. It's got a long way to go.
All right, look. No dot. No dot damage. It's hard to see right now.
Yeah. That whole lane of barracks is gone.
But yeah, see, no
it
dot
does the dot damage. Yeah, it is.
What the hell?
Yeah, it does. It works.
It didn't. In the past, it didn't.
It's been fixed, I guess. Dude, this is the
he's
slowest
refreshing the
Roche.
dot damage with... He's applying it with his melee illusion. You see?
It lost... Okay, that's definitely not supposed to happen.
Valve?
What is this? It lost dragon form, I guess, but it still has the debuffs? That's pretty interesting.
Dude, he's just ticking down. How is that allowed? Oh, he's melee. What corrosive breath?
He just...
This game is unplayable, man.
He just got bad breath, Neff. Let him leave him alone.
I refuse to take responsibility for being wrong if this is how the game is going.
Gale Force just gonna force them in a little bit. Gunner gets the BKB. The AoE Dragon Tail ends up stunning up 2 heroes on the backside, but they're gonna BKB and walk away. Razor has Aegis as well, so he's able to stand his ground if he wants, but Lumir doing a ton of damage forces him to back out once again, and They're doing what they can here to this melee barracks, but it's staying alive pretty well here.
Yeah, fireball on Rubik. I mean, it'll do decent chunk of damage in these team fights. You drop him pretty far away as well, but yeah, your rack is now ticking out.
Dire's top barracks has fallen.
2 sets of racks is gone. You'd lose the bottom ones on your side, but you can just go and backdoor this last set here
Yeah,
if you choose to. It's gonna take a very long time for them to push all the way in through bottom, but at the very least, the other lane's gonna be shoving in naturally, so they don't need to deal with that on their heroes. So yeah, it looks like they take the slow route here, and then they do have a little bit of time. 3 minutes on this Aegis, so it'll be about a minute before they shove all the way into the enemy team station here.
Moo's got the Eidolon damage as well, so if these are allowed to stay alive in these fights, they do so much damage. Dude, I'm almost positive at 25 you go Malefice instances. Like 4 more
They're both
instances
good.
sounds really good, but I mean the Eidolon conversion number is also pretty wild.
Yeah, they're both very good. Having that many Eidolons does so much damage, especially with the boost that they get at the 20 talent.
Yeah. Plus like
These are both very
Wraith
good
Pact,
talents.
you know, giving them Vlad's aura and everything too.
Yeah.
Pretty good. Nice ward here placed out the side from Infinity. They do get scouted by a power shot, so they may know that this ward is placed, and I think they do, as they all head to the west here to try and dodge this one out.
Nice observer ward they planted. On the high ground, the Tinker ward.
They've got a gem. They would love to try and scout it, but they're a little bit afraid. Close to Bila, needs to be careful. Gunnar goes in, he gets the Dragon Tail. They've managed to catch the Keeper Light. Moo with the black hole, he's pulling him in. No way to stop it. Coddle goes down. Lumiere with the BKB, it's expired. He's gonna fall as well. No buybacks. Mario on a big epicenter, but it's too little too late. You're dealing with too much. 4 heroes fall. Buyback on the Keeper Life as Gunnar, he's at the enemy fountain. He doesn't care. Okay, he might care a little bit about this. He's gonna care. He's dead.
All right, the man maybe went a little bit too far. Doesn't Boots of Travel wants to like TP back in and clear things out for his team? Yeah, okay, great. You could go for that one, but he doesn't have Elder Dragon form available for when he does go back in. So also wants to avoid that. Also would be able to get himself his Octarine core if he gets back up now.
Yeah, that buyback from Coddle and CK. Oh,
Yeah,
I mean, Coddle,
oh my God,
he thought he was
go
safe
for it.
bottom, but he's not. They have the damage for this. He's dead. That's a dieback.
Yeah, and that's why DK buys back. In the
Moo
game.
was just out of vision of that ward in the bottom lane there, so he thought he was completely free.
Lumiere.
Lumiere mid lane. He's caught by the Gale Force. BKB still on cooldown from the last fight. And that's going to be another dieback here. And I think Infinity, yeah, they're going to tap out. They call the GG, and Nouns will take this series 2-0.
Strong start here by Nouns. This game a lot more back and forth in the first one. Kind of got run down by Nouns in that first game. Second one here, though, outplayed in a couple of team fights toward the end, and things quickly swung back in Nouns' favor. I mean, Infinity almost had that one. They were taking these team fights that were pretty scary. The Viper, I mean, down the bottom lane, putting in work, taking that tier 3, taking that rags afterwards. But in neither game did it ever really feel like they had a great ability to fight into Nouns. And even though you have the Rubik as like one of your earlier picks, be able to counter out this Enigma, and he did get some great steals in the black hole as well as ones dropping to Nouns. It just wasn't follow-up for these team fights.
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly what it feels like, right? Like the team fight that you have from Nouns is so strong. Even if it's not the black hole, right? There's all this other catch that they have. The Maledict, so good at dealing with the Chaos Knight. It's just a really sick game overall. And, you know, Infinity almost managed to pull this one back, but goes the way of Nouns. They secure themselves a 2-0 to start themselves here in the playoffs. They move themselves up to that upper bracket finals. We'll be playing the winner of either Hikori and Wildcard. So that should be a lot of fun.
Which is going to be our next match, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it is. It's coming up right after a break. We will be having an interview here with one of the members of Nouns in just a moment, but we will be going to a short break to set that one up. Neph, have they said who it's going to be yet?
No.
Okay. So we're going to go to a real short break. Everyone stay tuned. We got an interview with a member of Nouns coming up. And then after that, our second series of the day, like we we're saying, Wildcard versus Hikori. Stay tuned for more here. It's the BTS Pro Series Season 11. We'll see you in a bit.